You're listening to Independent TV 7. Kindly click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Independent TV 7. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get more notification. Thanks for watching. The Attorney General of the Federation, AGF Malami, fooled me into signing warrants for Justice Mary Odili's residence. Chief Magistrate has lamented. The Chief Magistrate Emmanuel Iyana of Wuse Zone, 6th Magisterial Division in Abuja, has admitted that he was lied into signing a search warrant for the residence of a top Supreme Court jurist by the Federal Ministry of Justice under Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. Mr. Yana consequently revoked the search warrant he approved against Justice Mary Odili's residence due to misinterpretation or misrepresentation in the first information application supplied by an ad hoc public asset recovery panel domiciled under the Justice Ministry and overseen by Mr. Malami. Upon misinterpretation and misrepresentation to this honorable court that led to the issuance of a search warrant in favor of joint panel recovery, a Ministry of Justice against House 9, Imo Street, Maitama, Abuja, dated October 29, 2021. The senior magistrate said in a fresh order, in view of the above fact, he said the search warrant is hereby revoked. Mr. Iyana's October 29 order came hours after People's Gazette reported that armed operatives have tried to breach the residence of Mrs. Odili on Imo River Street in Maitama, Abuja. Officers had arrived at the residence bearing a warrant that was issued based on whistleblower information from Aliyu Umar, an Abuja resident. Mr. Umar had disposed on October 13th that there were illegal activities going on at 9 Imo Street, Maitama, that should warrant immediate action from the law enforcement agents. The whistleblower also said in court filings that the tip-off was supplied to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. This prompted Mr. Iyana to issue a warrant on October 29th for the property to be searched. Subsequently, operatives mobilized to Mrs. Odili's house based on the warrant, seeking to forcibly search it in the evening of October 29th. The same day, a warrant was approved. Our sources said the Supreme Court jurist rejected the move to search her residence because she had no pending issues with the anti-graft agencies. Mrs. Odili also argued that the warrant was not meant for her residence since she lives at number 7 Imo River Street, Maitama, and not number 9 of the Imo Street, Maitama, as stated in the warrant. The operatives nothing less laid siege on the residence for hours. Well, the previous allegation which says Malami laid a siege and there was a search warrant, and the court document, it revealed that the mistake that was done and the misinterpretation or misrepresentation of personality. Even though the whistleblower stated in court filings that he provided its findings to the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, and one of the operatives had told the Gazette that EFCC led the operation, the anti-graft office denied playing a role in the operation. If there was any such operation that Mrs. Odili's house was besieged by anti-graft operatives, it was not carried out by the EFCC. The agency spokesperson, Wilson Uwujarin, said in a statement to the Gazette late Friday. The Gazette had earlier reached Mr. Uwujarin for comment prior to breaking the news, but received no immediate response. On the case of Mrs. Odili's husband, Peter, had been under EFCC investigation for alleged fraud that dates back to his tenure as Rivers State Governor between 1999 and 2007. Mr. Odili denied the charges, and a federal judge ordered the release of his international passport earlier this week. A chief police superintendent, Lawrence Ajodo, also signed off on the operation, and the Gazette sources previously mentioned that police officers were part of the operation. The officers left Mrs. Odili's residence following the revocation of their warrant, but the development has elicited harsh criticism of Mr. Malami, whose controversial role in and alleged and anti-democratic moves of the administration contributed to his new status and appointment as a formidable force in President Muhammadu Buhari's cabinet. In 2016, Mr. Malami supported the state security services, which its brutal personnel broke into the residence of over a dozen federal judges, including three of the Supreme Court at the time. The Attorney General also recently proposed suspension of the Nigerian Constitution and declaration of martial law in order to restore peace in volatile parts of the country. Well, I would say Mr. Malami has been, committing so many atrocities and breaking the law. He believes he is lawless and he is in the stronghold of Buhari's cabinet. And I don't know which immunity or impunity will be used against him, or what has been his leverage, or what does he, believe on. Maybe because he is the Attorney General of the Federation, but I don't know. But as it is, Mrs. Odili, I don't know, whereby which it has been said that AGF Malami fooled me into signing warrant for Justice Mary Odili's residence. The magistrate, chief magistrate, has also said on that magistrate court. The chief magistrate Emmanuel Iyana is in Wuse Zone 6 magisterial division in Abuja, admitted that he was lied into signing a search warrant for the residence of a top Supreme Court jurist by the Federal Ministry of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Malami. Malami has committed so much atrocities that even Buhari is trying his possible best to sack him. But as it is, Malami has been, running helter-skelter to make sure that he also covers up his deeds and also the atrocities he might have committed. We talked about VAT, we talked about the value-added tax, we talked about the stamp duty charges that is being, deducted from people's account is going to Malami's account. And so many things, and back and forth, Malami has already faulted the government of President Muhammadu Buhari. It has been said that even when Buhari was interviewed on Arise TV, there was a case of cattle breeding and anti-open grazing. Buhari said, "Do you want me to contradict my attorney for you to know that we are doomed in Nigeria as a Supreme Court, or Nigerian court as a Supreme Court does not even hold water. Justice does not even, or does not prevail any longer as far as Malami is the chief judge." So many people have been commenting and trying to lay siege and to also fault the Buhari administration. Is the Supreme Court judge above the law? But which I don't know. Definitely, I believe everybody should be under the law. Nobody should be above the law. Either the Supreme Court, Magistrate Court, Customary Court, or the legislative, the judiciary, or the executive. No one is above the law. Even as the number one citizen of the country called Nigeria, as a president, you are not above the law, because everybody should abide by the law. We adopted a democratic system of governance, even from the United States. But still, we don't practice such true federalism. Well, if Malami, that is always abusing his powers, how can he give such an order to be harassing a Supreme Court judge? Who gave him such powers? What this person is saying is that there are so many things wrong with AGF Malami for trying to be lawless in all his deeds. As it is, we Nigerians should be very, very, I would say, very, very alert. If Fulani miscreants in power give him such powers, disgruntled, illiterate terrorist government of APC, when herdsmen turned positions act. You must know, Malami is a half-baked charge and bail lawyer. He can only be Attorney General of the Federation because of his appointment, because he has not really tested his popularity.